If you study the most successful people, they have all one thing in common: deep work. Now, in this modern world, we are at war with distractions and trivial pursuits. But if we want to create a fulfilling life, we have to prioritize the small pockets of time where we focus on the most important tasks. Now, it is not about trying to be as productive as possible. Rather, we work only a few hours a day and get more done in most people in a week. But first, let's quickly define deep work. Deep work is a concept popularized by the author Newport in his book Deep Work. Essentially, deep work is when you completely focus on a challenging task without any distractions. By doing this, you can create your best work and achieve more. Now the question becomes, how can I incorporate deep work in order to create the life that I want? First, you have to define your ideal lifestyle, because think about it. What's the point of doing deep work if you don't have the end in mind? How does the end look like? What is the ideal lifestyle? We have to start idealistic. In other words, big picture thinking, where we want to live, which type of career we want. Now, it doesn't have to be crystal clear, by the way. Just pick something that resonates with you, where you can see many years ahead, even if it's not real. That's the point of being idealistic first. Now, let's assume you're a young man, 25 years old, you live in the US, you are working in a corporate job, but you want to transition out of it because you see all these online businesses and all this lifestyle that you could live, and it's very attractive. So you have roughly defined your ideal lifestyle. You want to create an online business, you like creating content, you think you have something to share with people, and you decide, okay, YouTube is a thing. I see the long-term benefits of creating a YouTube channel for my brand and my business. And now you know, okay, I need about one YouTube video a week. This is the goal that you have defined for yourself. You also have defined your lifestyle goals, like where you want to live. You know how an ideal day would look like. You said to yourself, ideally you just want to work about 4 to 5 hours in the morning, and then you want to hang out with your family and your friends, and then maybe in the afternoon you want to have some meetings or business meetings, or have just fun or travel or do something else. Now, assuming that lifestyle, you have also identified the key tasks that you need on a weekly basis, and we say now you have one YouTube video, long form YouTube video that you have to make, and also 30 outreaches on social media every day. Now, with that picture in mind, to incorporate deep work, you have to first prioritize deep work. Now, I know this sounds very strange, but let me explain. The concept of deep work is a certain work philosophy. Now, there are many philosophies out there. There's also the hustle culture that we are living in, where people are saying the more hours you put in, the more you get out. However, what we know from peak performance research is that the quality of your hours determine your results, not the quantity. And the reason why I bring this up is, in this current era, we are conditioned to do multitasking, focus on many different projects, start 4 or 5 different businesses, or when you are in your career, you have 5, 6 projects, and the more you do, the more successful you become and all of that stuff. But the research points otherwise. That's why it has to be a philosophical shift in your work habits in order to maximize your results with deep work. And when I started to incorporate deep work, I was amazed how much work I could get done in a few hours. Now, with that out of the way, let's make it tangible. Ideally, you want to have 3 to 4 hours of deep work every day. So schedule in your calendar, most preferably in the mornings, because this is where most people are most productive. And if you're a night owl, or you can only make time in the evening because of your job, that's absolutely fine. So there are no fixed rules. Practically speaking, everyone's journey is different. Let's say, for example, you have a very demanding job, you have a lot of commute, and you can only focus on 1 hour on your side hustle, your dreams, or whatever you want to call it. So for example, when I was in corporate and building my YouTube channel, I scheduled 1 hour in the morning and 1 hour in the evening, and that was enough to get my channel slowly going. Now, you have identified your ideal lifestyle, at least on paper. In other words, you know your goals. Then you prioritize deep work by choosing a long-term project, like for example, 1 YouTube video per week. And then you schedule and commit to the key tasks that you know you have to do in order to live that lifestyle one day. Now, the main enemy that you will face are distractions. We are at war with distractions. We have so many notifications, so many things that we could do. Everything is shiny, especially if you're opportunistic, ambitious, and you are in this space, you'll see that everything looks good. You can choose so many paths, and generally speaking, this is an amazing time to be alive, but also a massive amount of distractions come at our way, especially if you don't see results right away. Let's say, for example, you are 1 month in, you have produced YouTube videos, but they only get 5 to 10 views, and you start doubting yourself. Oh, should I do TikTok? Now it's AI, now ChatGPT. Should I become a ChatGPT consultant? And you wonder, and that is the thing that you have to fight against. Once you set your ideal lifestyle and your goals, you have to commit at least to 2 to 3 months, ideally 6 months, to see it through. So in order to fully maximize your deep work routine, you have to shield yourself against distractions. Like a horse with blinders, you have to see where you're going and then ignore everything. Let's make it practical. For example, right now I wake around 5 a.m. and then I do my morning routine, and around 7:30 to 8 a.m. I start my deep work block. My phone is muted, there is no noise in my room. My desk is optimized for no notifications. No one can block meetings in my 4-hour block from Monday to Friday, and that allows me to minimize distractions. Now, I'm not a machine, I'm not perfect, I slip up, I find myself distracted in YouTube, going rabbit holes, researching things that are not important because I think they're important. And sometimes I get distracted by other people. People come up, there are emergencies in my business and so on. However, you'll be surprised how focused and productive you can be when you minimize distractions in your life. And I know everyone talks about this, you have heard this advice many times, but really once you stick consistently to it, you'll see the massive difference, and people will call you, wow, where you're so productive, and how do you get done so many things, how can you produce so much content, and all of that stuff. And the secret is just having blinders, like a horse. However, when we talk about deep work and productivity, we can take it also to extremes. And I speak from experience because throughout the years, I have taken it to the extreme levels many times, and I had to learn the lessons over and over again. There is some sort of ideal balance with this, and it depends on your personality type and your life situations. That's why from a peak performance and brain perspective, you can't do more than 4 to 5 hours deep work every day without taking breaks. That's the research, that's the neuroscience, because our brain also needs time to refuel itself. That's why personally I don't sympathize as much with the hustle culture. I think they are on the extreme side, and most of them are not really productive over long periods. They are doing a lot of work, but they are burning themselves out. So they're always in this constant cycle, and I know this because I have been in this cycle too from the past years, and now I change and remodeled my thinking around this. That's why you want to work hard for 4 to 5 hours and then take a complete break, completely let go, socialize, exercise, or do whatever fancies you. And in my opinion, that approach is from a performance, fulfillment, longevity perspective, the better model. You work like a sprinter on the most important projects half of the day, and then the other half of the day you relax a bit, you take a break, and then if you want you can work more. And if you stick to this deep work routine for at least 6 months, your life, your career will completely change. Now today a lot of people in the entrepreneurship space know and talk about deep work, but only a few practice it on a consistent basis over a long period of time. Now talking about deep work, productivity and changing your life, next I want to watch, if you haven't already, this video where I talk about how you can completely organize your life in 17 steps. If you want practical, to the point, very concise video, this one is for you.